Chiappa Rhino in 40 Smith & Wesson. It's weird, y'all. Howdy, y'all, and welcome back. All right, so this is not mine. It's on loan. I've borrowed it for review, and we might be doing a thing with it. More details about that at the end of the video. So, I have no intention of making an in-depth review or analysis of this gun. There's probably tons of videos, channels have probably already done that, I assume. I don't know, I didn't even look. But this is just my experience with this one. And right out of the gate, I have to say it would be more enjoyable for me if it were chambered in 357, because I hand load 357 and 38 special. And like I have some 38 special plus P loads that would be awesome through this thing. The platform is cool. I'm not the biggest fan of 40 Smith & Wesson. Some people love it. They're like, oh, it's the best. And I get, like on paper, I get 40. Like I do, I get it. My first privately owned handgun, like real one, was a 40 Smith & Wesson, because that was back when it was like what the FBI used, and it made sense. It was supposed to be that in between 9mm and 45 ACP or whatever. And so the idea with the Rhino, if you're not familiar, is that, and yes, we are safe and clear. The idea is that the barrel is at the bottom, so the action is firing the round out of the bottom of the cylinder instead of the top of the cylinder. And that is super, super, like, I didn't think it would be that much of a struggle to get used to in practice, but it was. It kept, over and over, it kept weirding me out. I would put like 3 rounds in, close the chamber, and then sit there and go click, click, click. Oh, there it is, boom. So, but that's on me, right? It's not the gun's fault. It's just, it is what it is. But the idea being that you've got your hand coming in right here, the barrel right here, and the recoil, instead of doing like this, like a traditional revolver, that it's going to push back into your hand. And it very much, pretty much totally does do that. It's just that with 40, it's doing that a little more than I would like. Not terrible, not painful, not punishing, just it would be cooler if it was less pressure. I think that's always my thing with 40 is the pressure. So as far as use and function, let's take this over to the table and get a little bit closer look. All right, so let's start off with the unloaded weight, coming in just a tick under 30 ounces. Let me try that one more time. Yeah, right at 30 ounces. So 30 ounces unloaded. And again, we are safe and clear. Let's try out, I don't know this will even register on this scale, on this gauge. Let's try it. Nope. It's over 8 pounds. Let's give it a try in This is a weird feature. Cock the hammer back for single action, you get the little red guy that pokes up there to let you know that you are cocked. Let's see what the single action. So notice you've got a little bit of wiggle there. And the single action brakes at 4 pounds. Let's do one more. It's such a strange, I'm not a fan of that hammer, like cocking it back into single action. I did it 2 or 3 times at the range and was like, yep, that's dumb. So I guess the option is there for you right at 4 pounds. It's pretty consistent 4 pound single action pull, unknown, but it's gotta be, it's not a bad double action pull. It's actually pretty nice. It's just stout. If I can work it through slow, it's different than any other double action revolver double action pull I can think of. And it's not entirely unpleasant. It's not terribly difficult to, well, let's see if I can keep a sight picture there. Yeah, so I'm not getting too much wiggle on the front sight post through that. It's kind of pleasant. It's just odd. It has a really wide trigger. The shoe itself is very wide, which I think helps distribute that pressure so that it doesn't feel, it doesn't dig into your fingers or anything as you're pulling. You certainly would not have to worry about an accidental discharge or anything. It's a very deliberate pull. I am a big fan of the grip. One of my buddies that I was shooting this with the other day did not like it. He felt that it was uncomfortable. I think it's super, super comfortable. Again, it's that 40 snap that I wasn't crazy about, but otherwise I really, really, really liked shooting this. And if you enjoy shooting guns that have a, you know, a little bit of an ass kicking kind of thing going on, I'm not what I would call recoil sensitive, but I also I don't enjoy 44 Magnum and stuff like that. I'm kind of over all that kind of shooting, but it's just completely unique. And I think that's kind of the beauty of the platform, is that it's just so weird. So you lever down there to open the gate. Being 40, this comes with moon clips, and you can stage your moon clips, drop it in there, and this will pop the entire moon clip out. But if you're loading singles, the ejection rod does nothing, and you have to like pick them out one by one. Not a big deal, it's understandable. I didn't feel like using the moon clips because they looked very brand new and virgin-y, and if we give this away, I want to make sure that it's as like fresh as possible. So don't know how many rounds are through it altogether. I only put about 100 through it, or exactly 100, and I'm guessing it probably doesn't have a whole lot of rounds before that, but it's cool. It balances well. It even spins a little bit. Fun gun. For me, this is a solid collector piece. Something that you put in your collection as a range toy. I don't see a world where I put a light on it or optic and use it as a dedicated home defense or personal defense. Like that just wouldn't be me, but I know people do it. More power to them, just not me. But anyway, back up top. All right, y'all, so here's the deal. If I can get 5 of y'all to pump up to the $25 level on the Patreon, I will purchase this and then give it away. As it sits right now, that's not going to happen. But if I can get 5 of y'all, and that can include if you're currently a $5 or $10 supporter, pump yourself up to that $25 level. And as you know, that's the level where we start qualifying to win things like this. So if I can get 5 of y'all, doesn't have to be 5 new people. It can be 5 current patrons who are at the $5 or $10 level, pump it up to that $25 level. I'll give this away. Up to y'all. That's all I got. Until next time, be easy, y'all.